Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats Special Edition podcast. I am Rachel Chamness, a shamanic channel and mentor at Soundwaves Heal. Today's episode is part of a special series to give you a real peek inside TAG, my monthly membership. This is a community of lightworkers looking to deepen their connection to higher dimensional light beings and their extraordinary healing and light grids. Lightworkers, what you're about to experience is just a fraction of what we do in TAG every program, not to mention the extensive library of healings, meditations, and transmissions from higher dimensional light beings that is constantly growing. If this sounds like what you've been looking for to advance your light work, we would love to have you. Go to soundwaveshill.com/tag and sign up. We can't wait to welcome you. Hi, I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. Last time we were on, we were talking to Ephraim the Alchemist Elf, and he was giving us an activation for balancing, giving, and receiving for abundance. And today, I'll be trans-channeling galactic water beings. They're bringing through the consciousness of water with a fluidity activation, and it's very interesting. These beings don't have a real sort of body. They're kind of bodiless. They really look like they're made out of water. But first, they really want to give a healing for clearing the water in your body. So what this does is prepare you for the activation that's to come, and it's a good clearing as well. With Liquid Reiki Shamanic Sound Healing, of course, I'm channeling the healing for you. Hayatu, Ayo. These galactic water beings don't have names, really. They gave me some names, but they're not exactly it. So they just asked me to call them 1 and 2nd. That's what they told me. They didn't want to be 1 and 2, but 1 and 2nd. So I'll be bringing through water being 1 first. I am a being of water, and you may call me 1. That is sufficient. We are not quite a collective, yet we do not have names, for we do not use language in the way that you do. One thing you may not realize is that everything that you hold as laws of truth are not applicable outside of your Earth station. And they can be very different in different places. And this is one reason why your third dimensionality has to remain in this realm as 3D. And when your body begins to move to higher dimensions, when your body changes to 5D, your world will change as well. For you are quite limited in your ability to leave this sphere at this time. It is very difficult to do so, as you know, for those who do go outside your sphere. It is quite an undertaking, and they do not go far, or if they do, you do not hear about it. What is the nature of us? We are made of water. We separate from the water as individuals, and we are in the 7th dimension. The 7th dimension is much, much different than anything than you can think of or construct in your mind, but it is a great place of light embodiment. And so we do not have any kind of origin planet, but are part of the water itself. Water is a consciousness, and we are those who can separate from the consciousness to speak with you. And water is one of the most plentiful compounds in your world. And I do not mean Earth, I mean your world, your galaxy, your universe. And that is where we are from. If you wish to bring us forward in your own channeling practice, you must know that you need to be very hydrated. And in fact, if you are not very hydrated now, this activation that we are to give will not work. So I suggest that you hydrate yourself and find a way to understand your level of hydration with divination or other means. There is not much to say about us which will make a great deal of sense to you, but I can tell you that we are very helpful and wish to help you always. Our collective or non-collective, as we are individuals who combine and speak of as one only in the sense of we are all one from source. So we are not quite the kind of collective you are used to talking to. We are not a hive mind, but we are connected to all water that is. That is quantum physics. We are connected. And so we can be connected to the water in your body. We can be connected to the water in the galaxy. We are connected to the water in your earth. We are connected to water in the air. So we are connected to almost everything. Everything on earth contains some water, or almost everything. There are some elements which do not, but most compounds, or most living things, or most sentient things on your earth have water or some degree of water. And in the galaxy, there is even more. And so we can connect to all of these molecules of water, no matter where they are. And when we give you an activation to activate water fluidity, we are going to help you connect to the galaxy and other places more through the water in your body. So you can see why you do need to be very hydrated for this to work or work well. And when you are very hydrated, you will find that your electric impulses through your body work much better. And this also helps you connect better to other water molecules in the world. Let's hear from being second. Sorry, it's just funny. 1 and second. Lightworkers, I hope that you are being so deeply enriched by this episode and these connections. There's truly nothing that compares for your growth as a human, a healer, and a business owner to connect to the messages and healing of higher dimensional light beings who are here for our ascension. They are literally there waiting for you to ask for their guidance and help in all of these areas. And in our Tag Lightworker membership, we access them together every day and strengthen our ability to access them individually. If this sounds like the place for you, go to soundwavesheal.com, click on the membership button, and sign up. We can't wait to see you there. I am second, and I am glad it pleases you to have our names have a sense of amusement for you, for we delight in amusement in all ways. Water, known by metaphysical and esoteric thought, is all about flow. It is about movement, what's working. It is about emotions, and it is about fluidity. These are the definitions of what you all connect to water. And so when you are fully hydrated, you might find that everything in your life flows more easily. In fact, we'd like you to do an experiment on this. On days that you're fully hydrated, on days that you are paying attention on how to hydrate, and it isn't always about water. It could be also about minerals and other factors which you must find out for your own personal self. But when you are more hydrated than other days, how well does your day go? If you can begin to keep track of this, you will see that being dehydrated isn't just a minor inconvenience, but actually can stop flow in your life. And why is this? This is because your body is not working optimally, and neither is your auric field or psychic senses, for they do rely on the traveling of electricity through your body, which relies on hydration. And so, not only are you using these electric impulses through your body, but you're also using it out into your auric field unconsciously to pick up on signals and receive psychic information. And when this is not working well, then you are missing vital information, and your day will reflect that. And so I ask that you take this challenge to take note of the days in which you are dehydrated and how things maybe don't flow as well as other days. And so now we hope you will be more hydrated. It seems a silly thing to be bringing forward, you might think, unless you understand how vital it is. This is Rachel. I mean, I knew it was really important, but now I'm like, is that true? I had no idea. I'm going to start taking notes. I want you to take notes, and I want you to reach out to me at soundwavesheal.com or on Facebook or Instagram somewhere and let me know what happens if you do this experiment. I'm really so intrigued. That is wild. All right. This is really exciting. Let's see if Second wants to talk about themselves. We exist everywhere. It is hard to explain it to you. Even this medium, whom we are showing pictures and abstract ideas to, is also having a hard time trying to figure out how water exists in some places on your earth where she does not believe there is water, such as inside rocks. But water is everywhere, and while the molecules may not be everywhere, all are connected to each other, and there is so much water that it is like the electric impulses we described in your body. All of this water is connected to each other, and you can think of that as electric impulses too. So it is all connected. We are connected through every galaxy, through every universe, and we have a great deal of knowledge because we are everywhere. Unlike other beings who may exist in your galaxy and may only know one or two parts of the universe, we understand all parts of everything because we can connect with other parts of water, of self. And so when we activate you to this water fluidity, you should be able to receive more information to help you on a daily basis and more information to help you do all kinds of accelerated psychic work. This is Rachel. What? I don't think he can say in my brain what it is. They're just saying, like, if we can connect to everything, we're going to be bringing in all kinds of knowledge and understanding. That's kind of what they're showing me in my head. So I think that's what they're trying to say, and they're having a hard time saying it in my brain, which happens sometimes. But that's what they're showing me. And your body is activated to the water fluidity activation. You will be able to receive all manner of knowledge, information, and knowing, messages, and sometimes healing, depending on your level of light work, through water in other places of your galaxy. And perhaps if you can work on this technique more, farther than your galaxy. And this is what we would like to help you do. As a part of your ascension, water can be very helpful. As we already described how you can use the water in your body to connect and receive information just by intention or thought, we'd like to tell you that you can also place your hands in water, a sink full of water, or a natural source of water, or a bathtub, or a fountain. Place your hands on the surface of the water and ask for information. Ask for a message and receive one. Practice this and see what comes of it. And of course, drinking water. You likely know very much about programming water and how to use water in these ways. However, we are very pleased to bring you new ways to use water, and this is one. If you are a water lover and love to be in the water, if it calms you and makes you feel great, you may be a creature of the water from a past life, or you may be unconsciously searching for how to reconnect to this beautiful consciousness of water. For the consciousness of water is the consciousness of all that is sentient. It is not quite source, but it is of all that has density. And so, if you love the water, if you love to sit by the water, hear the water, go to places with running water, and to take long baths, swim, or sit in water, then that is what you are craving. And so we ask you to speak with us. Just touch the water and call us in to answer your questions. This is Rachel. I am one of those people. So that's really cool. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that answer. That is really neat. There was a lot of talk about programming water. And in case you don't know how, there is a free blog post on my site, soundwavesheal.com, that talks about how to program water. Now, if you go to my site, soundwavesheal.com/blog, and you go into the search bar, and you either put water or programming water, you'll get two blog posts. One is how to program water for manifestation, and then the other is trance channeling the element of water. I did bring water through for a program in TAG Lightworkers membership, where we have a new program every 2 months. And we have over 60 in the archives. And what we do is connect to all different kinds of beings, and they bring forth activations like in this show. I trance channel them like in this show, but there's much, much more. So if you love this show, you'll love TAG. But this was a slightly different consciousness of water that I brought through, because it wasn't exactly like these beings, who seem to be a little bit different. They don't seem to be talking as I am the element of water, not as a whole. And they kind of go back and forth in telling me that they are a collective, but they aren't a collective. So it's very confusing in that sense. But I think it's because they are saying what he said, that they are a type of collective, but not the type of collective that's a hive mind. Now, when I spoke to the element of water, that was as if it was the goddess of water, or the water speaking as an element, as H2O, and it's a slightly different incarnation. And as I'm talking, I'm really feeling this, and I'm sensing that it's two aspects of the whole. So if you watched my St. Gabriel show and I talked about aspects, or you've heard it on my podcast, 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness, then you might have heard me talking about different soul aspects. And I believe that this is a different soul aspect, the element of water, as opposed to these water beings. Let's not explode our brains trying to figure it out, but I just wanted to give you this resource before we go on. Now we have some questions from the collective, from my 5D Daily Facebook group.
Galactic beings of water. Are there ways we can connect spiritually with our own water on Earth that are underutilized?
Yes, there are many, many ways to connect with water. Know that it is very programmable, as we have been speaking of, and that you can put any of your thoughts into a glass of water and drink it. Therefore, be careful about your thoughts as you're drinking water or holding a glass of water. But even further, your body is 70% water. And so your thoughts are also programming the water in your body. Now, this is not to scare you, for you will sometimes have thoughts that aren't serving you. The most important part is to also have many thoughts that are serving you. And so we wish for you to program everything. Program your bath water, program the pool your children swim in, program the lake that is near your home, program the water that is underneath your home, program the water in the air around you on a rainy day. Program the rain, program the sky. Just send your intentions for programming. If you don't know what to program all of this water around you with, just program it for love. Wow. Our next question from the collective is from Stephanie.
I'd like to ask the water beings if water beings incarnate as humans. Thank you.
We have not incarnated as humans, neither I nor one. And in checking with our brethren, we find that not many have. Being a human is a unique experience, and it is harder for humans who come from a seventh dimensional place. And so we like to observe more than incarnate. And we also have a unique way to experience the human body and the human life because we can connect with the water within the human body, which is vast. And so we can experience much of what you're experiencing and understand it quite well. So we do not need to incarnate. Our next question is from Jessica R.
Hello. Do you take on 3D forms of aquatic beings on Earth, or do you inhabit our water sources on Earth, whether it be freshwater or saltwater? Thanks.
We rarely do this, though one of us has come as a seal and has come as a whale and has come as a narwhal, but most of us do not. If you are being called to the water, then you are being called to understand the universe in a more fluid way. You're being called to reconnect with water everywhere, which would reconnect you to past lives and would connect you to great knowledge. And so we ask that you try some of the exercises that we have brought forth for you to do so. Our next question from 5D Daily is from Gina.
This is for the galactic water beings. Just as we set our intention to bring in the life force energy into our drinking water and thank it before consuming, should we do the same before taking a shower or going into a lake or the beach? Is there someone specific we should be calling for to thank before wading into the water?
How we love for you to ask to do so, for this has a great impact upon you and your life force energy and your flow in your world for many reasons. And yes, you may do the same before you step into the shower or a lake or even the rain. And yes, you may just connect with us as water, whether you are connecting to us or to other aspects of water, such as water element or water beings, and whomever you feel connected to on that day and that time in that moment is the right connection to have. For many will come forward for you, as many of you have many friends in higher dimensions who are water beings, and you may be connected to us as well. So whomever comes forth is correct. I love it when mermaids come forward when I'm taking a shower. They talk to me a lot, and I love it. And our last question is from Jessica R.
Do you take on physical forms, and are there examples of your physical forms in galactic races? Thank you.
We sometimes do take physical forms, especially in sixth dimensional places, and rarely in the fifth dimension. Sometimes also other seventh dimensional places we can take on many forms. Our form is fluid, and we can also do some shape shifting in higher dimensions, higher than third and fourth dimension. So there are many ways that we can take shape. We sometimes are water beings in the fifth dimension, and these are water fae elementals sometimes, such as mer people and whales and others. We do sometimes come into that shape or into that consciousness for a short time in higher dimensional places, but mostly we do not do it in the third dimension. So in higher dimensional places, we sometimes do become mermaids, become mermen, or mer people, become seals, dolphins, whales, and other beings who also can be in these higher dimensions. These are some of the forms that we would take in the fifth dimension, and in the sixth or the seventh, we can take other forms as well. But we more often shift our shape in these dimensions. Now it's time for the fluidity activation from these galactic water beings. So I'll be bringing in second and one interchangeably. They'll be coming back and forth to bring forth this activation. I hope you've been drinking water. If not, you might want to pause, drink a glass of water, and come back and just relax during this activation. Well, that was interesting. That felt to me really cool. I could see that they were taking our cells and connecting them, drawing lines, connecting through sound waves, connecting through frequency to match with water everywhere. And then there was like a clearing that like came up that spread out. And to me, it looked like almost like a line that had branches come out and come all around the body, like to really clear blocks that were in the way to help boost the connection field or the connections to the field. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was very cool. And I wonder what you felt or experienced. That was really fun. And I really think that this is going to have amazing results. So I really would love it if you reached out and let me know if you find results from this connection to the water and if you're finding knowledge coming in after this, because I feel that this will really boost us quite a lot for our ascension journey. In the next episode, I'll be bringing forth Hawatha, who is a garden fairy and is also actually in my deck. And she will be activating you to your Fae Spirit team. I hope that you are feeling a lot of joy in your life and that this connection to the water beings and the consciousness of water and the fluidity of water really helps you to live a more joyful life. You can always find me at soundwavesheal.com. I'm Rachel Chamness, and thank you so much for coming. Lightworkers, what an honor it has been to share this space with you again. I hope you have received guidance and clarity from our time here together. Remember that this is just the tiny tip of the iceberg of what's available to you in the Tag Lightworkers membership. Come join us at soundwaveshill.com. I can't wait to meet you inside. Until then, this has been Rachel Chamness on 5D Channels and Chats Special Edition Podcast. See you next time.